So I've got some updates on IVF and Alabama and abortion rights. You're going to get to listen to my kids' banjo lesson while I give them to you, so enjoy. So today we learned that the legislature in Alabama has quickly passed bills in both chambers to protect IVF, and they're going to reconcile those bills real quickly, and they're going to get them to the governor, and the governor's going to sign them, and, you know, everything's going to be fine. That's what they would like you to think. I don't think it's going to be fine at all, and here's why. First of all, my understanding is they have built in an expiration date of a year. So, cynically, indeed, the bill expires right after the November elections. The other thing is that when the justices on the Alabama Supreme Court made this ruling, one of the things the Chief Justice referred to was a constitutional amendment that Alabamans actually passed via ballot measure back in 2018. And that amendment is a, like, protect life, you know, it's a very, very, very anti-abortion, essentially fetal personhood amendment. And it's in their constitution. So if someone sues to overturn this law, the Alabama Supreme Court's going to be like, uh-oh, hands are tied, we have to overturn the law. But here's the thing, is that this actually is not just about Alabama. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again, but since I've spent the last 3 days doing a very perilously deep dive into these groups, into these right to life groups and the Alliance Defending Freedom and the groups funding Trump and the person who Trump will likely make his chief of staff and also the person he is putting at the head of the RNC, they all believe that life begins at conception under all circumstances. They oppose all exceptions for abortion. The reason that Republicans keep trying to put exceptions into their bills, their horrible, vile bills, and then pulling them back and voting against them and giving up on the idea is because these lobbying groups are in the background saying, if you do that, we're going to have you primaried and you'll lose. And they do. They follow through. So what we have to understand is it's not just the lawmakers. It's not just Trump. I don't think Trump actually gives a crap about abortion, but he's a puppet and his strings are being pulled by people who do. And they care in a frightening way. And they don't like IVF. They don't like contraception. They don't like gay people or gay marriage. They hate the fact that IVF and fertility treatments and surrogacy enable single mothers and LGBTQ people to have kids. And they want to get rid of all of it. And the problem is they've got a really clear plan to do it. And they will do it if Trump is elected. This is a red alert, 5-alarm fire, whatever you want to call it. I have looked at these groups. I already knew a lot about them, but what I know now terrifies me. So I don't care that Alabama just passed these bills. I take no comfort from it at all, particularly when at the very same time, Tammy Duckworth brought up her protecting IVF bill, the one she's introduced repeatedly. She brought it up yesterday. In the midst of all of this Republican, you know, we love IVF, they killed it. They killed it. Because even though they know it's politically not expedient, their strings are being pulled by people who are absolutists. And they oppose all abortion, IVF, surrogacy, birth control, all of it. In fact, one of the Republicans who opposed this bill in Alabama today, he said that there is a silent Holocaust going on right now with all the frozen embryos that are being destroyed. He called it a silent Holocaust. It's crazy. And it's dangerous. And here's how I'm going to close. It's not what most Americans want. They think they are going to sneak this through. They think they are going to overwhelm you with stuff and you're going to get cynical and apathetic and look away and they're going to sneak in. But you're not. Because I'm not going to let you and no one else is going to let you either. So I guess my point is, don't be lulled into complacency when you hear that Alabama passed a bill and fixed it all. They didn't fix it because the rot goes so much deeper. Remember, there are more of us than there are of them. Remember that the many are more powerful than the money. And remember that no matter what they want you to believe, we can beat them. And we have to, unless we want to lose every freedom we care about. And I, for one, do not.